Ladies and gentlemen, please, we're gonna proceed. Thank you for your attention. I hope you had a good meal the first course. I hope you had good wines. Some of the nominees already had wine now because they were already on the stage. So we're gonna go on with the three next nominees, and I will call on the stage Leila Delarive. Good evening, Leila. So if you want to prepare your question, I remind you of the QR code. Leila Delarive ou Delarive? Delarive, c'est joli, non? C'est beau, hein? Sounds great. Leila Delarive is committed to a better world. After more than 10 years of being a lawyer, yes, she really was a lawyer, I mean, she's still a lawyer, Leila had become a successful entrepreneur. Congratulations. She has created several companies, active in sensible and pragmatic digitalization, convinced that individual responsibility, this is one of our main issue too, is crucial in the digital age. She founded Empowerment Foundation, which advocates for good governance of digital world. So please, Leila, come for the questions. You have to have it very, very, because I had the regulation from there. Leila, you're a lawyer, entrepreneur, and lately we had this discussion that was so interesting, even if I've seen you already on different stage. Lately you are committed to defending women's rights in Iran. Your engagement in this situation is natural and genuine. So tell us about the elements which led you to this hard battle.
So since you all know, there's been now more than 6 months that in Iran, women are fighting for their freedom, not only for their freedom, but just the right to live as they want. It's the first women-led revolution, and of course, it's my country of origin. I'm originally from Iran. I was born in Switzerland, and naturally, there was nothing else I could do than just helping those brave women, courageous women, being heard and have their voices heard throughout the world. Because, as you know, in Iran, it's a regime that is really oppressing and silencing its citizens. There's no access to internet or free internet. Everything is under mass surveillance. There are cameras, video cameras everywhere. And today, we need desperately to have media coverage. We need desperately to have audiences like today, people in the audience, to be aware of the threat, because they are tortured, they're imprisoned, there are young people who are executed, and therefore we desperately need the Western society to come and help and rescue those brave women.
Yeah, and this is let's say, as we were talking, this is the obscure side of digitalization, also what they live there. And you are really active and committed in the development of digitalization for new generation, new technologies to serve everybody. So what would be for you the concrete actions you would immediately implement in Swiss companies? We have a lot of representatives from Swiss companies to get in the right direction.
So I think, to me, digitization, new technologies are empowering tools. When we come back to Iran, if there was no social media, for instance, we would not know what is happening right now in Iran. So thanks to social media, Instagram, we see a lot of videos coming from there. Empowering, it means that we should allow each and every individual to benefit fully from the power of these digital technologies. So when it comes to mass adoption, which is the case, for instance, now we're at the tipping point where AI will become a daily tool in our everyday life. ChatGPT, you mentioned it previously, is what will help every company to really benefit from this power of artificial intelligence. And we should really advocate to make sure that every individual in our country must fully benefit from this power of those digital tools or those innovations.
And what will be the advices you will give to Swiss companies, or what would you like to see in Swiss companies? Because I know you're very pragmatic. That's what you committed for years now.
So we have not talked about it, but I have founded a company called Amplify in the field of digital advertising, where we automate and simplify fully ad buying online. And I've been traveling all around Switzerland, not only in the French part, but in the Swiss-German part. And what I can really tell you is that we live in a too much comfortable country. So we are entrepreneurs. We have a lot of, access to different tools and different facilities, resources. But we don't see what is coming, the disruption that is coming ahead. We need to be aware of that. And I think that when you live into too much comfort, then it's not a need, it's just a nice to have. And these technologies are not nice to have, they are need to have. So I hope that in Switzerland, we will really, be conscious that we need to be proactive into adopting those new technologies.
And that's something that was a perfect timing. Leila, I'm not surprised. So now we go on with the questions of the public, of the audience. I hope, and I'm sure they have a lot of questions. Leila, yes, could you give us an example? Oh, fireworks right there for you.
Thank you.
As I hear.
Thank you.
Could you give us an example of a positive impact of your media visibility and network actions? Because that's a very good question.
An example?
Yeah.
Small advertising. I'm wearing a T-shirt for Women Life Freedom, for the movement in favor of Iranian women. And we ask the community and everyone that wants to be the voice of these Iranian women to wear these T-shirts, to wear them online, and to share their pictures. And I see some of you who did it already. Thank you. And if anyone else wants to do it, please come and ask me, because I'd be more than happy to let you know where you could get your T-shirts.
That's a topic.
And we founded an association, by the way, I just want to add that, called Femmes, Vie, Liberté, Zan, Zendegi, Azadi, Swiss, which is a Swiss association. And we do advocate a lot, and I have one of the other member of the committee here tonight, Tatiana. Hello, Tatiana. That we are 5 women committed really to make this cause move forward.
I think we talked about bank, we talked about business economy, we talked about sustainability, and I think it's good to talk about human rights. So let's go on with this huge question about Iran. Do you think there is a gap between what we get to see in terms of actuality and current troubled situation in Iran versus what really happens? So thank you to give us your insight.
Definitely, we see what media wants to show or can show. Again, as I said, it's really access to information. What we see as people who are completely 24 hours into that is that probably the population has been silenced, but the revolution is going on. There are lots of activities, maybe hidden, but we are going to reach this tipping point, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in 6 months, where this regime change will happen. Yeah. Because you cannot, after 44 years, that's now 44 years that the revolution happened in Iran, you cannot let this new generation that sees how and what's happening outside of Iran live under this oppressive regime. Yeah. So it will happen. it's not what we can obviously see probably in the media, because everybody says, oh, but it's finished, we don't hear it anymore. Yes, we do hear. Yes, we're still active, and we're taking many actions to go into that direction.
Yeah, thank you for this insights. There is another question. Don't worry about your answer, because there is some politician in the room, but they will not take it for granted, your question. What is your opinion about the position of Switzerland in digitalization? This is not a trick, just don't worry.
Well, we are number one in innovation. We are always at the top of the different rankings. But when it comes to digitization, I think that we're not that good. And I'm sorry to say that, because I have some members of Digital Switzerland here tonight, but I think that really digitization is adopted when you have this need. And therefore, I'm just repeating, but we are very good into leading and very deep tech and different innovation that are what we call innovation de niche. But when it comes to new business models run by digitization, we're not the number one. Those Airbnb, Uber that we always talk about as a disruptive model, were not born in Switzerland. And we need probably some more support from the investors and the ecosystem to have these new digital models to rise and to be developed in Switzerland.
Yeah, and that's something you really carry on with your employment. Time is over. Thank you, Leila. And I think we go.
Thank you.
We give back the stage. Thank you.